All right, welcome back. So we're still working on this clay point here, and the lighting's actually really good. You can see the flake scars pretty well. For all of those who have been asking, I jotted this down for you. The bottom one is my email. This is completely, I think you're gonna be seeing it backwards. But anyways, maybe you can read backwards. Jacob.Anderson@Faulkner, FAULKNER.edu. That's my email. So if you would like me to make you a point out of whatever material, whether it's Flint River or Tallahassee or coral or whatever, you can reach out here and we can come up with a price, a size, material. But there are a lot of those asking about this Notch-O-Matic tool that is spring loaded, and it's kind of like a jackhammer. It just, gets in the notches. So his email is theolithic71@gmail.com. So that's where you can reach out to him. Tell you that I sent you. Not that that matters. I don't think he knows me at all. But anyways, if there are enough of you that say, yeah, Jake sent me. Maybe he'll send me a free one. I don't know. I doubt it. Not that I expect anything, but that's his email. So if you've been curious about that, there you go. Okay. So yesterday, turn my hat backwards. I've noticed that when my hat is forwards, sometimes you can see it as we film, so push it backwards. So we're done with percussion. I'm not going to percussion this anymore, but what I am going to do is try to clean everything up and then start notching here. So yeah, that's the game plan. Also went ahead and saved some time by sharpening my copper tools. That can take forever, but not with this belt sander that my friend sent me. Very, very kind of him. All right. So just gonna start by working on the base a little bit. Okay, come the other way. Just doing some light pressure work there on one face. Come back. And this is the side where that Cortex was, so we'll see what happens. By the way, my friend Bobby Davis gave me this last time I saw him. He made it out of metal, set screw, and it's a tinier piece of copper, or a smaller one. Seems to work just as good. So big shout out to him. And with clay points, I like to start out with a flat base. Pretty flat. Well, mostly flat. You know what I mean. Okay. All right, yeah, that'll work. Now let's kind of clean up these edges just a little bit here. Trying to bring symmetry to all these odd deltas. Some are jutted out further than others. So just bringing this kind of jagged edge up here symmetrical, like down here. And that's it. You're really just working from one side at the moment. And by the way, for those who are curious, I do have some Florida points, and I mean a full case of them, of some Florida coral points I made that I'm probably going to be selling here soon. So if you want to see a photo of that, of some of the ones I've got that I'm selling, also just shoot me an email back at that email I showed you earlier. So still just doing symmetry stuff here. By the way, I've been incredibly curious about this, but how does, and I don't mean to steal anybody's idea or vision for Flint-Knapping in the style of videos, but I've been curious how Jack Crafty sets up his camera. Because I noticed that when I look back on these videos, like when I rewatch some of them, and if I'm looking at it from this angle, your angle, it sometimes I question, like, is that the right hit? Oh, okay, I guess it was. Oh, is that the right? Yeah, I guess it was. But it's because I'm not looking at it like I am right now, and I'm looking at everything that I'm doing, I'm hitting. So does he strap a GoPro? I'm incredibly curious. I don't know, but I may try switching something up, because I have had folks ask, hey, can you try doing it like that so we can get a better point of view? Because I mean, you're just seeing me hit it from the, you know, boom, 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 as if I'm slabbing something. But meanwhile, I'm looking at all of these, and when I get a ridge, I push in, and when I have just this area, I just kind of barely press down, pretty much straight up and down. But I'll press in on a lot of these areas if I don't feel like it's going to stall out. So I gotta figure that out. Anyways, if y'all know, let me know. Unless it's a secret, then that's cool. But I may try setting up my phone in a different way. As you can tell, I'm going different angles. Like I did this time once, I do straight on sometimes, I don't know. I guess I'll let Y'all be the judge. Because ultimately this is for y'all. So whatever's going to be the most helpful. Man, I love this side. Let's come back. Do that same type of pass. On this face. Where if I have convexity and a ridge, I'm pushing in. Like right here, I got good convexity. I'm pushing in. On other areas like this, it's kind of flat. Yeah, so I'll just kind of barely push in. Here I can push in really heavy. And other places I won't be pushing in much at all. Like up here at the tip. It's already pretty flat, so I'm just gonna kind of press down and feather it in. Which all of these are feather flakes technically, but some of them, like that, are more important than others. Even doing some isolation work here. Because that breached the middle on that hit there. Kind of messed up on me there. There's like a slight little hinge. It don't even matter really. Oh yeah, I got it. Oh, yeah, I got all of it. Okay, sweet. Sometimes little stuff bothers me. Pressed in real heavy there. Pressed in decently heavy there. Just kind of decent here. Here. It's a nice low platform, but it's going to hinge out, so I just have to try to feather it in. Every platform's different. Slightly. I may do one more pass on this side. At least in a couple areas. Let's see. Here. Here. I am pressing in on most of these. See how down here it kind of thins out and it just goes right into these big percussion scars, but up here you have this thickness. That's what I'm getting rid of. Just popping them off. Perfect. Yeah, that's about what we want right there. Just got to do final pressure work, I guess. But before we do that, we're gonna work on this base. Now, I mentioned this before. The reason I don't go ahead and finish up the tip is because sometimes you'll face some issues working the base. Your symmetry gets messed up, or your notches don't go the way they were supposed to. Whatever it might be. So leaving some slight breathing room at the tip definitely helps. All right, so here we go. Clay points I like to come from not the corner like I do from some of the corner notches. I like to come, I don't know, let me abrade slightly this back edge so you can see what I'm talking about. So for corner notches, will that leave a mark? Maybe a little bit. I'll come in straight from the corner, and then I'll work my way up and work up. Here I come from like right here and work pretty much directly in and up. But it's instead of from right here, it's from right here. But I do pretty much the same thing. So that's what I'm gonna do. And yeah, we'll see how far we can get. Now that copper bit's already pretty good. This one's pretty bulky, but to start out, you don't need anything super finesse. So I'm gonna start about right here. Okay, start about right there. Let me go ahead and hit strike once here. All right. And just like that, we got it started. All right, same thing over here. Let's go ahead and employ that same game plan. About right there. And go ahead and strike in. That comes off. Now our base isn't going to be super wide. I used to make super wide clay bases, but personally, now that I've looked at them, I'm not a huge fan of super wide bases. Like way out here, like being more of a corner notch kind of deal. Seems more authentic looking to have it slightly closer. Now there's a dip here, and then it raises up really heavy because there's a high spot over here. So I'm not gonna just shoot this like crazy. I'm just gonna kind of press down. Until I get a good platform for the other side. Then I'll shoot off the other side. But I need to build some convexity. Gotta build your convexity. You just do. coming up on that big hill. Got some convexity now. At least more than we did. Still just gonna press right down. Flip it over. All right. Now, for those curious about this old Notch-O-Matic, I might burn myself here because I don't use this often, but typically you put this screwdriver looking bit right on your platform, not like up there, but just enough, and then you kind of press, I guess, slightly at an angle. Anyways, we're gonna try it out. Yeah. So you just raise this thing up here and it springs back and can jolt out a pretty wide surface area. Okay, pretty cool. Just another little tool you can add to your arsenal in case you get in a spot that's a bit difficult to work in and you need some power. That would be a good one to use probably. We'll see about using it here too. Also, I love these file sets. You can get those on Flint-Knapping supplies. And I use those quite often too. Let's see. Actually, I'm just gonna use my pressure flaker. Almost kind of overdid this platform, which might not be a good thing, but we'll see. Hey Pete. Yeah, it worked out. Tiny little crack we made though. Hey buddy. You gonna let everybody see you today? No? Okay. I've shown Pete off in some older videos. Can't remember which one. I think it was one of the videos I made a tab of something. Or I was working a tab or something. Pretty sure. Let me get one bigger. indirect stick here. Just right there. Popped it off. Easy peasy. Coastal's some good material to work, but you sure gotta heat it up to make it work good. Especially if it's kind of grade. Or to translate like B grade. For those who don't understand what that means. It's kind of a bleh. But this rock has been cooperating quite nice. Very nice. It's been good to me. I like cleaning up with a little bit sharper tip. That way I don't over press and crush anything. Let's go one more press here. All right, yeah, let's hold there for a little bit. And I won't even overly clean up that notch. Not yet, at least. So I'm just gonna wait for a second. And by waiting, what I mean is I could go ahead and clean out this notch and make it really, really nice and make it to where I can't, you know, shoot another flake because I've ground the edges and made it perfect. But what happens if I mess up on this side or get the wrong angle or shoot the wrong edge? I want to give myself some room to play. Pete! Hip! Pete! There you are. Hey, buddy. There he is. Let's see if he'll. Yeah, there you are. Hey, buddy. You say hey to the camera? You say hello? All right. There you go. Say hello to the camera. What's up here? I don't think he cares too much, but anyways, at least you got to see him. At least you got to see him, right? Yeah. You look tired. You look tired. Hold out for a little bit, then we'll go in. Hold out for a little bit longer, buddy. We've been out here for like 20 minutes. He's been sitting in the shade too. So he should be fine. Okay. Just need to press down on this one, don't need to press in. See, that's where cleaning up can be a slight struggle with a thicker more blunt tip. better to have something that's a bit more precise. Notice I'm also rounding the corner here. Like I rounded the corner here, rounding it. So I'm going kind of up, but then I'm gonna go in and then up again. Does that make any sense? Probably not. But anyways, we shall continue. Okay. All right, get my file. Very conveniently, just do one or two little swipes. Don't want it to be abraded too awful crazy. You know what? I may try the... It scares me when I do it, but haven't been using it long. No, that's pretty built up. No, not gonna test it. I want to make sure this thing's good. I'll practice on some other pieces. Yeah, I knew a good pressure flake would drive up to where I wanted it to be. It'd be a little safer. A little safer. For me, maybe not for everybody. With the non-traumatic, one thing that you have to know is that it's still kind of an indirect tool, so you can manage how much pressure you give it. However, you still can put a little bit too much pressure on it, whereas with shooting with a pressure flaker, you put just enough for for it to break. But with the non-traumatic, you might give it a little bit too much pressure depending on the circumstance. And because I hadn't dialed in how much pressure needs to be for what, I felt it was safer to go with what I've been doing. For that particular hit. It's kind of a thick area I want to get out first before I drive this notch. There's like a little hinge right there, you see it? We got it. Plus clays have incurved bases anyways, generally speaking. Yeah, we got most of it. I want to clarify. Ooh, that took out a lot right there. I pressed too far in and not needed to press down a little bit more there. Let's see, here it is. But again, I'm kind of a perfectionist. This really doesn't matter. It was a good flake that took off. Happy with it either way. I actually got rid of a lot of mass, so I can get an extra 1/4 inch up this notch just because of that, as I set up a platform for the next side. Notice for the big strikes, I'm using the indirect stick because I get more force, but also this is blunted. Like, it's not super fine. This isn't super fine, but it's a lot finer. If I were to use a finer tip, the tip would just crush into this anyways. So this has more force, and it's not gonna crush or misstrike or mess me up. But when I am trying to clean up the platform, I will use it because I need to be precise and it won't ruin my copper tip. So this is where it can sometimes become an issue when you push too far in. Is you have a big mountain to climb. That's how I describe it. Big mountain to climb. I think we can climb it. Climb it. It's 2 words and 1 word together. Climb it. But might have some repercussions here, so we'll see. And we did, but we're still okay. We're not hurting none. And we're getting up to where we need to be. We're pretty much there with another strike. Yeah, maybe 1 more stripe. Yeah, we'll be fine. Doesn't even need to be a big stripe, just something little like that. I'll come to my precise tool. Okay, it could use another stripe, but more so inward. Like right here, maybe. If I need to press the other way, I probably can. This is where giving yourself that extra room helps, because you can always adjust. See, kind of messed up on that side of the base here, so I'm going to adjust on this side. It's not really a mess up, it should be fine. I would have done something similar to that mess up anyways in trying to widen the notch. Yeah, there we go. It's about what I wanted anyways. Perfect. Now I gotta match it though. Matching can be difficult. I think think we got pretty close. Pretty doggone close to me. Pretty close. I think we're close enough. All right, I'm gonna fool around with the edge work here and then it'll be done, but the edge work will take a while. So I'm gonna make a part 3 just to make sure everything's tidy, neatly, orderly. But here is the final pre-formed shape, notched point. And I still got a little ways to go, but not too awful far. So probably gonna have another 20-minute-ish video, maybe 30-minute video finishing this out. But for now, appreciate y'all watching.